Meet me. All right, welcome back, boys, to another account review. Today we're going to be reviewing a longtime subscriber, U6. Let's go over that template. So he says he is a late game account or late game player. He said last season he finished in the top 1500 of champions. So this video is going to be more applicable to some of you guys subscribed to me that are closer to the end game. So early game players might not be able to relate much to this. RT rank is champion. He has the frame. Has he gotten in previous seasons? Yes. Champion in the season before that. Does he have the S2 frame? No, looks like S2. So season 3 was probably the first time he really did RTA. Number of units 6-starred 48. He's not done with Abyss. He's on Abyss 103. And yeah, the thing he wants advice on is same thing most people want advice on, Arena RTA, and specifically he wants to know what heroes to build to try to push higher in that. And the heroes he wants me to highlight are Ravi Charles, Landy, and ML Crow. And I do have him on Discord if I want to ask him any questions. He says the best way to sort his heroes is by level. And he says he's been a subscriber about 2 weeks after he started his account. And he started playing in July 2020, so just around a year. And he's a dolphin who has spent just around $1,000. So definitely not a whale, but definitely not F2P either. And he says that he's been watching my videos and trying to play efficiently. So let's see how he's done. And it looks like a pretty nice account already. We got to check out. You know what? Before we even get into the heroes, I want to look at his Wyvern team, because that's the rule. Or you better have a sick Wyvern team. Because this game is all about Wyvern. 99% of this game is this stupid screen. And it looks fine. It looks fine. It's definitely not fast. But I ran a similar team for a long time. I actually replaced TG with Furious. But other than that, looks like a pretty standard Wyvern. You might want to fix this up a little bit to make better advantage of the hunt events, because that certainly can't be a very fast team. Golem, who cares? Banshee. Does he have a Banshee team here? I mean, not that I really care. Looks like he has a Banshee team. This isn't going to be fast either. I'd like how he has it categorized so you could tell what he's running. Wyvern 13, Banshee. I think this would work fine, A13. So basically, he has slow teams for everything, but they're all probably functional. All right, let's look at the heroes he wanted me to highlight first. So Ravi, Charles, Landy, ML Prowl. So Ravi, nothing special, but it's pretty beast. And he's doing Timeless Anchor like me. A lot of people would frown on that and say Sigurd Scythe. I'm a strong believer in Timeless Anchor, so I don't know if he just experimented himself or if he copied me, but either way, I approve. I know a lot of people would want him to run it on Sigurd Scythe. Where's Landy? Very solid Landy. It's on immunity. Decent bulk. Pretty strong attack. Probably better than my Landy, to be honest. She's not one of my favorite heroes, so very nice Landy. LR Crow. It's a pretty solid LR Crow. So the thing that's like, so he's has a little lower HP and speed, but the thing is he has a lot of effect resist on his LR Crow, actually. A lot of players just forego effect resist on LR Crow entirely, so I guess it just depends on his playstyle, but if you want, man, you could just get rid of effect resist and put it into speed and HP. That's what most high-end players do. But if that effect resist works for you and you hate when he gets provoked or something, I could see why you would maybe consider doing that. Let's look at his Charles. Pretty standard counter Charles. I don't like Charles. No one really uses Charles, but as far as Charleses go, it's pretty well built. So all right, let's go through what he has built. So I don't want to count it, but I'm going to take him at his word that it's 48 6-star heroes. So for a year in, that's pretty solid, actually. I think he's definitely been playing efficiently, doing it right. His HFine, pretty nice. It's a little on the squishier end, but it's also quite fast. Again, this is not a hero that you're going to use very often. This is a niche counter hero. But as far as Hafines go, it's fine. The Ravi is excellent. There's really nothing wrong with this Ravi at all. I think this is a very viable endgame Ravi, so that's perfectly fine. The A-Raz, pretty nice. Decent bulk, quite fast for an A-Raz. It's on immunity set. 87 effectiveness, more than enough. Some people run a little bit more, but hey, fast, good effectiveness. This is a pretty high-end A-Raz. Counter Illinev. I mean, I don't really know because I don't really use Illinev. I don't like her. I don't think she's really that great. But stat-wise, it looks pretty decent. So I'm going to reserve judgment on this one, but it looks decent. Wait. It's not on Elbrus, though, so I feel like he's not using it either. Lilius, pretty good. At first, it looked like an average Lilius, but he got some damage stats onto it. And he actually +6 to his S3, so maybe he's running Gunther Cleave or something, but pretty solid stats. Very good carrot. Great attack. Might want to get a little bit more HP, though. I feel like this is a little bit... The defense is okay, but the HP is a bit low. I don't think you really need this much attack. If you can steal some of this attack and get her a little bit more HP, I think that'd be good. I don't really use Tenebria, so I have no way to base it. I mean, it's not even fully reforged, so I'm guessing he probably doesn't even use it that much, but looks okay. Oh god, he +15 the shoe. This is actually a pretty nice looking shoe, to be honest, but I personally am in the camp that this hero sucks. I know a lot of Legend players built her, but most of them gave up on her and never drafted her, except against like Fire Ravi or something. But as far as shoes go, this is a very nice one. 100% crit, great crit damage, decent speed, great bulk. Very nice, very nice. This build makes sense because he needs speed on it, right? Because he's running a Wyvern team that doesn't have G-Purge. So, you know, it's not a one-shot team. You can't use Rage Set, so he has speed. As far as speed set goes, these are nice stats. Yeah, just a Wyvern TG, it's fine. Very nice Crow. A lot more HP than mine. It's not even on health set, it's on resist set. Ooh, nice. Pretty nice helm for Crow. This is a fantastic Crow. This is a fantastic Crow. Definitely endgame viable. Just a Wyvern Alexa. I don't know what he uses this for. Maybe he was trying to build a Wyvern one-shot team. Standard PvP tanky SSB. Nothing wrong with it. Misty Chain. He probably used it for a Wyvern at some point. DN. Well built DN. Oh god, Mort. Why? Why? Destina. Speed set. Way too low effect resist to be a great PvP Destina, but decent. The Rwana's fine, doesn't really need gear. This is a PvP G-Purge, for sure. So you went the damage route instead of the speed route. There's two kind of conventions for G-Purge. I kind of go the 250-ish speed. I give up these other stats so you can go before my DPSs. But this is also quite common. The high crit chance, crit damage build so that they actually hit pretty hard with the S1 and the S3. And looks like he +15'd it, so... Actually quite a nice G-Purge. Again, his playstyle might be different from mine. I would almost recommend, though, dude, that you just switch his gear temporarily, put him on tanky stuff, and put him on your Wyvern team. If you have a Rage set, switch your Sigrid to that. Beef up your Wyvern team and just farm more gear. That's an okay fighter, Maya. That's not too special. This is fine. This is quite a nice MRSA, actually. I'd say most people run it lifesteal. You got some nice heroes, dude, that's for sure. Very nice T-Surin. Like, I don't really have that much advice for this guy. He's not really doing anything wrong. I'm just going to take credit for this because he said he's been following my guide since he's been playing for 2 weeks, and this is just a very nice account all around. This RB's kind of... Oh, it's a degen RB. It's a degen RB. So for a degen RB, again, this is pretty good. Maybe a little bit squishy on the HP side, but clearly... Counter set ace. That's clear. He's probably just muling stuff there. Decent Caesarado, super slow, but S10A solid. Oh, wait, no, it's lifesteal. Very nice for a lifesteal S10A. If it was a speed set, it'd kind of be like, okay, but on lifesteal set, very good stats. Quite a nice Tomoka. And I think that's it for his built heroes. Looks like the Cerise is kind of slow, so let's play with the Cerise. Let's see what the top end spectrum, because this guy's been playing efficiently, been playing for about a year. Let's see what the top end speed he can get really is. Because I know people are always complaining about speed and how hard it is to get. Let's see what the best this guy can do is. So we can play, 20 speed chest. 294. So, I mean, I might have messed something up here or there, plus or minus few speed, but it looks like the best he can do after a year of playing is 294 speed on Cerise, so on Ace it'd probably like 296, 297. That's about what you'd expect. Because to get 300 speed, you really need like 20 speed in every slot. I'd say it takes the average player at least a year to accomplish that. And again, that's all RNG. Some people will take longer because, if you're like me, you just never get speed rolls. Some people might be there in 3 months because they rolled their 78 gear and they just roll speed 5 times every time. Luck matters more in this game than skill in a lot of areas. But I think he's, pretty typical in his speed rating. So, yeah, this is probably what an average account that's around the end game, but not a super turbo whale that was a day one player, looks like. And honestly, Uber, I think you're doing a great job. For someone who only started playing last year, I mean, I started playing what, 2 years ago? I think you're ahead of where I was 1 year in your first year in. So honestly, this is a very impressive account. Let's scope out his pack situation. Is he lying about spending 1,000? Looks like he's buying the monthlies. That's good. He's not buying this, not buying this, not buying this. I don't think he's lying, boys. It looks like a typical Dolphin account. The monthlies are bought. Own Skystone. Looks like most of his Skystone is paid, but honestly, that's really not unusual for someone buying monthlies because it uses your paid Skystone first. Wait a minute. It uses your... Does it use your... No, free Skystones first. Okay, never mind. I said that wrong. I said it in reverse. So, since it uses this stuff last, it makes sense that it's high. It looks the same for my account as well, even though I haven't bought that much recently. Okay, so now that we went over his heroes, let's go over arena advice. Looks like unlike the last account review, this guy's actually using his flags. Yeah, it looks like he's attacking regularly, so that's good. And let's check out his normal arena offense team. My Bluestacks is lagging a bit. I love it. I love it. This is my exact team this is my exact same auto team. I think I showed this in like my video where I say I use the same 2 teams. And I love that he has the 2 setups, although clearly he doesn't cleave very much. Because his cleave team is a 3-man team. So honestly, dude, I think this will carry you all the way up through champ. I mean, are you champion right now? I'm assuming you are. Oh, you're challenger, probably just from being lazy. Can't blame you for that. A lot of people are lazy with that. But this team, I've autoed to legend by mistake using this team. So I guarantee you this team works. So I have 0 comments on this team. It's going to work. I think what you might want just for your sanity is a decent cleave team. I'm assuming you have... Does he not have A-Lots? No, he has A-Lots. I guess he doesn't care about it, though, because, it's level 5. But I would suggest making an A-Lots team. It even works with Landy, to be honest. Well, yours is kind of a tank Landy, so it doesn't do that much damage. Do you have, like, Straze or anything? No. Oh, yeah, you do. So you have some heroes to build. So, yeah, I'd say my only advice for your arena offense is just build a cleave team just for sanity purposes. But honestly, the team that you have is the team that I use. And I guarantee you it works all the way through champion because I'm doing it right now. So I don't really have that much comments on your arena offense. Your defense? Huh. Well, I don't really know. What goes on in Champion? It doesn't really look that bad to me at all, to be honest. It has a Politist to deter Cleave, has a G-Purge. Maybe replace the G-Purge with something like... It depends on what you're getting roasted by. If it's a lot of, like, SSB users... Oh, no, I don't need to click on this. It tells you what they're attacking with. I'm an idiot. Okay, so let me get out of here. Ah! So what's hitting you in Challenger? SSB, SSB... They're not even really cleaving you, bro. So the Politics is working to deter cleaves. Like, these are the kind of teams where you can't really do anything about, right? If they're going to cheese you with, like, you know, like Maid or DN. And this is a fantastic defense. I mean, granted, it's Challenger, but... Yeah, dude, I don't really think you're doing anything wrong. If you're able... If this is a consistent defense rate and just not right now, don't change a damn thing. Just use your flags and you should climb easily, right? And if you are struggling, and if it's a lot of SSBs or something, swap the G-Purge with Rwana or something. I mean, it's fine. I don't think you need any arena advice. Just do it. Just do it, and you'll be able to get champion with those teams. So, alright. Let's go back to the roster, because what he really cares about... Actually, let's check if he's done RTA in the preseason. I actually haven't. 28 and 31. He went into bronze. He's on a hell of a winning streak in bronze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 winning streak. But he must have done some bad stuff before. Sub 50% win rate in bronze. Granted, it's preseason, it's very early. So even in bronze, you're probably in placements, you were probably running into some top players. So it's hard to take anything out of that. Alright, I think the best way to look at RTA performances, let's look at the Knights and the Soul Weavers, because you don't have the speed gear to cleave clearly, so the Knight situation is quite strong. We already looked at these. FCC, LR Crow. Honestly, those are the only Knights I use. I mean, some players are opting for C Armin now. C Armin's also quite strong in this meta, but I didn't have him, I made Legend. DN. No Ruel. No Ruel. As Doris, Rwana build Sinful Angie. He has Destina, though. Destina's pretty good. I mean, all he's really missing is Ruel, and Ruel isn't, like, super common, or wasn't last season, other than double Soul Weaver players. The DN's perfectly fine. I think the Soul Weaver situation's okay. Like, obviously, you know, Maid and Ruel are big things to have, Maid more so than Ruel, but I mean, what are you going to do? If you can't get them, you can't get them. It's not really a criticism. Warriors, Ravi, and G-Purge are really the only ones he has built. I would definitely build your Stray Z. I would definitely build your Inferno Kawazu. Some people might disagree with me on the Inferno Kawazu. Have Avil and T-Surin. Let's check out these together. You have Carrot, SSB on a PvP build, Landy, S10A. Honestly, I think you should be able to hit definitely Champion, possibly Emperor. Like, you'll have to play smart to hit Emperor on this account, but I think you can do it with this gear. So I want to see what you don't have built. So let's not go by level, let's go by grade. Because something he wanted me to cover was what should he build to help him push further. So let's just go down the list and look. Looks like you're starting to build Ray. Oh, no, never mind. It's 6-starred, but looks like he stopped trying. So yeah, I would say you don't really need that. Looks like the Charlotte build's pretty good. Looks like he's kind of thinking about building this. It's on Lifesteal. This is a nice looking Charlotte, considering that's not fully awakened or 60. You may want to build this Charlotte, dude. So Charlotte is one. Don't build this. Don't build any of this. Spez, I don't know. Pavel is definitely a top tier hero, but if you don't have the gear for it, not worth it yet. Troublemaker, if you struggle with cleaves, troublemaker. So you're gonna have to decide, like, if you have some like issues in RTA dealing with top tier cleavers, those top tier cleavers absolutely hate troublemaker on Bastion. So if that's something you struggle with, definitely want to build this. If you steamroll them anyway, then ignore it. This is another cleave unit. Strays and Operator Sigrid. Both of them I highly recommend building. Elena, I mean, with the buffs, maybe. You can wait and see if she becomes meta, but she might be worth it as a pocket pick again against cleavers. C. Armin is a huge pick now, especially among legend players. Although, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I personally don't know how I feel about it. I'm almost thinking it might be another Troublemaker situation where Troublemaker was rampant last season for a little while and then everyone soured on him. I think C. Armin is still being tested. He's everywhere right now, but we don't know where it will be 1 or 2 months from now. But something to keep an eye on. C. Armin might be something you want to build. Crescent Moon Rin, another anti-cleave unit. Infernal Kawazu, I highly recommend building. And Aloch, you don't really even need to build him. Just if you have extra speed gear, put it on him so you can cleave some teams. And it looks like that's about it. So from what I saw, I mean, absolutely build Infernal Kawazu, Stray Z, or Strays, Operator Sigrid. You definitely want to build that. And looks like you might as well build your Charlotte because you have her on pretty decent gear. All you need to do is 6-star her. And yeah, that's about it. Solid account, man. I would say your arena teams look completely fine to me. Just try and make... You don't even have to, like, if you don't care about arena. But if you want, I would say build a cleave team. It helps with my sanity because, again, arena's so boring. But at least 20 to 40% of the teams are cleavable. So it just makes it a lot better when you could clear out all your flags in like 30 seconds. Let's see what kind of guild you're in. Because a good thing about Progress is being in a guild with people who are good. And they're pretty damn good. 140 Glorious Guardians. So hopefully you have some teammates that know what they're doing. Did they get... No, they got top 100. Well done. So he's in a solid guild. Let's see what he's buying here. Looks like all his buying decisions are exactly the same as mine. Like, I buy these as well, but, I'll leave that up to him. Honestly, I think we can wrap up this review. I think you're doing a good job, man. You're doing a good job. Just build out those heroes. This might... If you're struggling in RTA, I think... It's not so much the heroes and the gear. I mean, obviously, we always want more heroes and better gear. That's everyone in the game, including legend players. But if you end up struggling, then you might want to think about your own drafting strategies, record your matches, and you always have to think about, like, when they draft, if there's a hero in mind that you want to pick but can't pick because you don't have it built, that's the hero you usually want to build. But it looks like you have at least 4 to 6 decent RTA heroes that are somewhat meta that you don't have built at all. Focus on building those first, and then you're going to have those options available to you in the future. For some of the ones that I said I'm a little bit on the fence about, like C, Armin, and Elena, if you want to build them, go ahead. Otherwise, like with heroes like that, I tend to wait just to see if they entrench themselves in the meta instead of just dipping in and dipping out, kind of like Troublemaker did. So yeah, you can think about those as well. But something like, Op Sigrid, it's pretty... everyone kind of knows that they're good now. Those are very well-respected RTA heroes, so you could definitely just dive in. But yeah, I think that's all we have to say for this account. Again, make your Wyvern team better, though. This is 99% of the game. You really want a one-shot team, especially at this tier of your account. Do you have a rage set? No, he doesn't have a rage set. Maybe do some A13, get a rage set. Oh, actually, you have some gear. It's just unenhanced. It's probably not even worth enhancing. Not worth enhancing. That might be. Yeah, well, eventually I would say, try and fix up a Wyvern one-shot team. Because you have plenty of Sky Stones. What's your leaves? Plenty of leaves. You're going to want to use them during those hunt events. Because it looks like you have a nice hero pool. You want to slap some sick gear on him. You're going to have to do a lot of Wyvern, man. I mean, I'm still doing it too. Everyone's doing it. The world champion guy with infinite resources is still doing it. That's how you get good at this game. It's boring as hell, but it is what it is. So anyways, Hugh for 6. Well done. Well done. It's a very good account. I'm going to take credit for it because you said you've been following my channel since 2 weeks in. So for those of you out there who are near the state, this is what your account should look like after a year. Now, granted, he says he spent $1,000 on this game and you might be F2P. $1,000 doesn't get you very far in this game. Basically, if you're going to be soft, but just pretend, what does the ML5 cost? About $650 in Mystics. So subtract an ML5 from him, and this is around where your account should be if you're playing very efficiently. So well done, Hugh, for very impressive for an account that's only 1 year in. For other players who have been playing for a year, this should kind of be the benchmark of where your account should be if you've been playing very smart, very efficiently. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Again, I'll try to do more of these in the future. And best of luck to all you guys on your progression. Till next time, boys. Peace out.